What's up, guys? This is the Healthy Gossip Podcast. I am Krystle Chats. I'm so excited to be here today. My guest, this is my first guest on the Healthy Gossip, and I'm so excited about this because this is one of my oldest friends in LA, one of the first friends that I made when I moved here almost 10 years ago. And this is Golly Rivas.
What's up, everybody?
She's really special to me because she's one of my friends too, who's actually here and she's like not in the industry. However, she's one of the funniest people that I know.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah, so as a comedian, it's always like, are you sure you don't want to do comedy? And this is great because now you guys can like fall in love with her. And when she gets a bunch of fans doing podcasts, she'll be like, you know what? I'm going to start my own podcast. Somebody
Yes.
forget the healthy gossip, bitch. It's the Golly Rivas show. We
Taking over.
we also have Paula Antonio in the studio, our on-air producer. What up?
Yo, what up? What up?
Yes, yes. So he'll be chiming in occasionally if we need a male opinion for some odd reason. They are still worth something, you know. Let's just get into it. We have a lot to talk about today, so I'm gonna try to like go fast, but just at a nice, healthy pace. So let's just talk about Golly for a little bit. So Golly is a wanderlust extraordinaire. She's probably the most well-traveled friend that I have. What was the last trip that you went on, Golly?
Actually, to China just recently. China.
Yeah, how was it?
You know, it's pretty crazy when you go there because you actually get to see what they mean about being in a communist country, which kind of lately nowadays it feels like our country is starting to turn into the same type of country that you see over there. So it's pretty much like getting a glance into the future, if you will.
And you went with your boyfriend?
Yes, I went with my boyfriend. You know, you got to test them out, take them on trips, make sure that they can handle your wanderlust life. So I brought him along with me. He enjoyed it.
And her boyfriend is James. And you
James.
guys have been together for how long?
About a year and a half now.
Okay. We'll talk more about him in a little bit, but I do. We're gonna actually talk a lot about dating and her relationship and stuff. But I do want to start this new thing that I do every episode, and it's gonna be like the health slash hygiene tip of the week. This week is not so much about hygiene, but I basically wanted to give some advice. And this tip this week is just about sleep, because I feel as if the whole insomnia epidemic has just kind of been going nuts lately. And I again, if you don't know, if this is your first episode that you're tuning into, I'm in the weed industry, and I feel like a lot of the calls that I get are it's like, do you have anything for insomnia? Do you have anything for insomnia? And I was actually listening to Joe Rogan's podcast right before I came in today, and interestingly enough, they were talking about how a lot of it has to do with exercise. That we're not made to just sit like this all day, and people can't really wrap their brains around that. Like they're like, no, this is a new world. It's okay that I'm at my desk. So that's the tip of the week. Exercise and see if that doesn't help you get to sleep better, and then also just lay off of the caffeine, because for me, I notice I get really depressed when I don't get enough sleep. Like I start questioning my life. What am I doing?
It's you being delirious, girl.
Yeah.
You need some sleep.
Yes, exactly. And then it hits me. I'm like, wow, like this is dangerous. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous, guys. So sleep.
And if you are working out, hey, take that pre-workout ahead of time. Don't take it too close to before you're going to sleep because you will be wired.
Yeah, and Golly's tell us a little bit about the boot camp that you've been doing.
Oh man, I'm doing this boot camp right now where they're trying to get me to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, which I think might be a little bit easier for people who are a little bit more on the hefty side, only because just making small changes could easily make you lose some weight quick. But for me, man, I've been working out nonstop, and it is pretty interesting. Though I will have to agree with you, because now when I go to sleep, I'm having like movie style dreams. Like I'm actually getting really deep into that. I feel like I'm going into another state in my dreams, and before any little thing would wake me up, and now I'm like, whoa, when I wake up I'm like, am I still in this dream right now, or am I in real life again? So it's
Wow.
been kind of cool, and it's also been very eye-opening because you start thinking about the things that you're dreaming about and you wonder how they correspond with the rest of your life. So totally believe in that. Get your workout on, but I have learned my lesson though. No pre-workout, before 6 o'clock, because if not, you're going to be up all night reorganizing,
After
Marie
6.
Kondoing your entire freaking apartment.
For sure. Okay. Okay. Good. Well, that's your tip of the week. Boom. Uh, Current status quo topics I just wanted to mention was so along with the tip of the week, I wanted to talk about like because it's the healthy gossip, basically almost like either a troll of the week on whether it had been on social media, maybe like a some drama that happened. And then so what happened is with all of this abortion ban stuff going on, one of my girlfriends was posting something about abortion on her Instagram. Shout out to Lydia. And there was just basically a guy who posted no on her page. And so she screenshot it and she was like, this guy is, pro life or whatever, or, trolling women, who are pro choice, etc. And not that there's anything totally wrong with pro life, but let's just get to it. I said it out loud and I was like, ooh, I was like, that sounds bad. I was like, my family's not going to like this. I'm from a big Catholic family, so they're all pro lifers, but I'm a pro choice person. So, anyways, and then for me, I feel like you should just kind of like just accept that it's pro choice and just, kick it. Just let it be. Let us do what we want with our bodies. So, anyways, he said no, and then she screenshot it, and then he slid into her DM saying, "Hey, you don't have enough followers to do that." Yeah, and it's
Oh,
like,
dang.
yeah, and so I think the guy had 5,000 followers, and like honestly, I don't know if they're real because his page is on private, so I couldn't even really like troll him like that. But I did screenshot it and I tagged them both, and I was like, well, hey, I was like, I got about 3,000. Maybe he'll think that's enough. And then of course, oh my God, this dude sent me essays, and it was right before a comedy show too. And so he called me a baby killer, which a
Ooh.
really great joke came out of it. And my new joke is I'm not a baby killer because I'm pro-choice. I'm a baby killer because I had an abortion.
Ooh,
Eh,
shabuya.
yeah, because it's true. And then my whole like idea behind it is it's like I could want people you know, dead in my head, but that doesn't make me a murderer. I'm not a murderer until the crime is committed, right?
True
Right,
dat.
right. It's because like saying every single person who's pro-choice, you're a baby killer. Like, I don't know. I don't know, my dude. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. So, anyways, um, he's a troll of the week. And because I told him I was like I called him corny because I was like, dude, you're not making any sense here because he was like, I can't attack Kevin Hart. I'm like, come on, dog. Seriously. Seriously. It's like, it doesn't matter if you have 20 followers or 20 million
Well, now I'm
followers.
interested. I want to go see his followers and see if every follower of his is a name called like me for 10,000 followers, because maybe that's all his followers.
Yeah. We ain't gonna give him any plugs like that though,
Okay.
so I'll show you after. Um, and yeah, so that was my whole deal. And he actually, I got to give him his props though, because he said something like, "Oh yeah, if you want my sausage, you could just say it." And I was like, maybe I would want your little ass Vienna sausage if I could actually see your face hiding in that private
Oh,
ass account, bitch.
shabuya.
And so because I said that, he was like, "Okay, well you're actually kind of funny." So I was like, all right, if you can call me funny, if you're gonna call me funny, then okay, that's kind of cool. That's cool. That's cool. I'll take it.
You'll
I'll
let
take
that
the
pass.
I'll take the compliment. Anywho, so come on, guys. Like, really, if a person has 200 followers and they want to, you know, talk to their 200 followers, like that's completely legit. Like, some people aren't really. I mean, I get that she's a comic or whatever, but still, like, just we're all on our own like journey here, when regardless of where we're at in our careers. So, but all right, who is next? Yeah, eventually, I also wanted to do a segment where like I'm gonna bring in a tabloid and I want to like pick up certain like articles and whatnot and like pick whatever juiciness we want to discuss. But really, this week I just wanted to give a shout out to that movie. It's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a Quentin Tarantino film. Oh my gosh, Margot Robbie is goals. She's so gorgeous, and being in a Quentin Tarantino film is obviously goals. I'm also an actress. So right now I just kind of call myself a comedian because I'm not really doing anything with acting, but I'm definitely an actress first.
In case he's listening.
Oh yeah, no, and it was crazy. The reason why I even thought about it is, did you guys see that on Instagram? They got a 6-minute standing ovation at Cannes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like the funniest, most awkward Instagram video. I got goosebumps. Because I mean, it was just so stunning to watch, and like I don't know, I just loved it. It moved me because I was like, what is going on here? I saw the standing O video before I knew what was happening, and I was like, wait, this is really creepy. Why are they doing this? And then I found out what it was, and I was like, man, that's so sick. They're so lucky. Ah, manifestation. Quentin Tarantino, please.
You believe that you can achieve it.
And yeah, he actually has a reputation for like giving like people chances. So, hi.
I heard he has a foot fetish too, girl. You got some cute feet.
Some big long ass toes. You do not need to lie.
Hey, you can pick things up with them. They come in handy.
Some clothes. I am Filipino. We're known for that. Like, you want me to pick something up? Maybe I'll do it on an episode for you guys if I get enough views.
That's for the Patreon. The bonus. Get that bonus money.
Exactly. Oh, yes. You're the second person who's mentioned that.
Right.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know if everybody wants me to explain it on air.
Yeah, well, maybe afterwards. So you're literally the second person because I have these weird followers who like comment on like every single thing. I literally had to ask one guy to like please stop because I don't want to block him.
Yeah.
And like when you mute an account, it still lets them respond to you constantly. And it was like I post a lot on my story. So I felt like every single time I would see his little, like, his avatar, and I'm like, stop, bro, please. Because I have OCD too where I have to open it. And I'm like, I don't want to open it. I would, like, delete them sometimes to be a dick, like, ugh. But then, like, what if one time it was like I'm really sad and depressed, and I'm going to kill myself, and then I'm just deleting it and not reading it. So, but at the same time, I told him, I was like, dude, it's like, that's too much. I was just trying to be nice about it.
If he kills himself, you lose a follower. You can't do that.
Uh-oh.
You got to keep them numbers up.
It's all about me. And Kim Kardashian, I know you're never gonna see this. Well, you might, but we still want to know what your beef with Jack in the Box. What was it? What was her beef? You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
What? It was so funny. So she posted, Jack in the Box, we emailed you and get back to me right away before I make this actual complaint. And so she was getting obviously trolled because everyone was like, obviously you've already made it an issue. Like we already know. Now we just want to know what the beef is. And then Golly said she saw that it was handled.
Yeah, she basically did another Twitter update that said, this doesn't have to do with a personal experience that I had, but something I witnessed, and, get back to me. So everybody's like, ooh, who wants the wrath of Kim Kardashian? Like, what is it going to do? But I thought it was cute. It was a good opportunity for the other fast food restaurants to chime in. Everybody had a little chime, from Wendy's to Carl's Jr. to a bunch of other outlets. So it was pretty funny. So it turned out to be hilarious. But yeah, what was the thing? We all want to know now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the first 2 episodes of The Healthy Gossip, I basically outed my personal life, and because my whole idea behind this podcast is to kind of just get it out. Like, if something's bothering me in my personal life, like I feel like we need to talk about it. People are like, oh, like just it's not good to talk about people, it's not classy, and it's just, people who talk about people are just, like we need to talk about ideas and philosophy. And no, okay, if we want to talk about, personal things, like let's talk about it, get it out of the way, boom. And for me, none of it was really negative because I'm single, and I heard another, she's a host of, who is she? Did you ever hear that girl? She's dating a rapper and some other guy, and she's like, I'm multi-dating.
Oh no, but I like that term.
Yeah, so I'm multi-dating. One of my boos is headed out to UK. He said because I don't know if he's going to London, but anyways, he'll be gone for a month. And then there's a couple of others that I'm just like, I like hanging out with.
So
But
you got hoes in different area codes. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, they are in different area codes, like East
Okay,
Side.
okay.
The other one was like, well, he's like Hollywood, but um, yeah, I'm in a good place right now because I was talking about how last episode how if it's moving slow, then that's okay. Like let it move slow. I just don't like it when something's moving fast initially and then they want to slow it down. It's like no. We start fast, we're gonna go fast. This is it. Like I want my text every day, every morning, every night because that's how
Yeah.
you started it and this is how you're gonna finish it. But the other people like the fast thing is gone. So I have my slow gentleman, and we get to call or a text every day or so. How are you? What are you doing? And I like that. It's like it's cool because I don't have any expectations. I'm not like wondering why did you text me every morning for 4 days in a row and now you're a ghost.
Now you just get to know that they're still alive out there somewhere
Right,
and thinking
right,
of you.
yeah. So and I do you have anyone in your past that's like kind of like someone who it was like bad timing, like that you're like, oh, they were kind of like the one that got away.
Oh yeah, totally. I had a boyfriend for 7 years, and like just after that relationship and just seeing how like hard it is with other relationships, it makes me wonder like, dang, that one was so easy that 7 years seemed like nothing. Like, wow, maybe
Oh,
that was something that I should have, taken advantage of a little bit more, that we were able to just be together so easily and not so much drama like lately.
what about quick flames? Like anyone that you like dated for a short while that you're like, hey,
Yeah, but I will say a lot of those people, when I think about it, the most it was a more of an attraction kind of thing,
okay,
Like when if I were to see them or something, I'd be like, "Ooh, dang, why did I stop dating that guy or something?" But
okay,
if when it comes down to it, though, there obviously was something that wasn't mixing, and that's why it didn't happen. So
okay.
sometimes you just got to trust that that's the reason why they're not there. But then, you can't help but, still see them and wonder, ooh, why? But you have to kind of remember again, too. But I think a lot of the times it was more attraction kind of factors, the quick ones.
I had this one. You remember like, I was in Vegas for like 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
There's this guy I was dating. His name starts with a B. Because I feel like he still watches my stuff. Because he'd see my tweets and I'd be like, oh, I didn't know you look at I didn't know people still look at my Twitter. Like I use Twitter almost as an outlet to just kind of if I want to say something that I think no one's gonna really look at, and if they do, it's not that serious. But this guy, okay, so check this out. This is why I feel like it is like a missed. Am I like stepping on her cords here? There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey, we got a professional setup here.
Hey.
We don't mess around.
My bad. Okay. So we like dated, and then I up and booked it back to LA. I was dating a couple of people out there, and I was like, I'm leaving. And of course, when I came back, I did start dating my ex again, and this dude was pissed. He was like, come back, like what can I do to get you to stay? And I really liked him. I did, but I kind of had this. I'm really another thing that I will eventually talk about on one of my episodes is like I'm really into like mystical stuff, crystals and like spirituality and meditation and all that. And so I had a bunch of relationships. Actually, professionally read tarot cards out there.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I this lady told me that Vegas has a quicksand to it, and she's like, people get stuck here. She's like, people will come here to try to make fast money, but then they make that fast money and they like that money and they don't want it to be fast and they're just gonna just keep making the money. And I felt like I was so blessed because I actually went out there and worked in a State Farm office, so I was not making fast money. I'm sorry, I was making like
You weren't a bottle service girl? What's up?
okay, but that's why I was concerned because
You were leaning towards it, huh?
well, I know. I thought about waitressing, but no, the tarot card gig would have kept me there because that's when I started making money. I was like, oh my God, I can make money doing this, and it was great. It honestly, until this day, I would love to do it out here in LA again. when I have a little bit less going on because I'm still working in Orange County. But anyways, uh, the money was gonna come. So when I had an opportunity to just book it, I was like, I gotta go. Like I don't want to get stuck in Vegas because I never meant to move there. It was just kind of like a little. I'm like, I went to Vegas to detox. I want to talk about irony, right? Yeah, I just wanted to like get away really from my dude for a while, and then I just booked back. And so, anyways, I when I moved to Orange County, and me and my ex split, that guy uh he was moving back to Orange County, the B-boy.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And then right as he's about to move back, I started dating somebody.
Oh,
And again, because I know he looks at my stuff, I was like, I'm sure he saw that. I know I'm a savage, dude. I'm sorry, that's so bad. Because you know what's crazy is the guy that I started dating, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. The guy that I started dating, it lasted for like 2 months. Like it was a fling. Like he was really super hot, and we had good physical chemistry. But honestly, like emotionally and mentally, I was just like, we're two different vibes, bro. We're two different vibes. Like I don't even want to waste any more energy on that dude. But okay, he's my misconnection. So Mr. B, shout out. I miss you. I mean, not really miss because I don't really get time to. Yeah, I guess I do miss him. Aw.
Oh, the
I
feelings
think
are coming out.
think about you. I think about you. Hit me up. Let's grab some lunch.
Did he end up moving to OC? So he's over here now?
Yeah, which is crazy is because he's a lawyer, but he's not doing law here. I think he's like a family company or something
He's working
like
at a
that.
State Farm?
What's up, girl? Just hit him up.
Full
You
circle.
No,
know,
I have. I
just
think he
hit
blocked
him
me.
up.
I did. I tried. He's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with you. You're bipolar.
Hey, this
You're
boy made
twisted."
major effort. Okay, he basically followed you to a whole nother freaking.
No, he didn't. He didn't move to Orange County for me.
Well,
No,
yeah,
he-
well, maybe
he hated
You don't
it.
know. I just from the feeling. I mean, come on, you never know, girl.
I did him dirty twice. Mark.
Hey, what did you move for? What did you move for? I'm sure when people ask you, "Oh, what'd you move to Vegas for?" You don't say to get away from my man. You're gonna say something else, right? So
Yeah.
then deep down, like, how do you know this guy didn't have you in the back of his mind and was like, you know what? She was the one that got away, and maybe if I'm in the OC and she's in the OC, then what could be her excuse? And then here you do pop up with another dude, and he's just probably just exhausted now. So yeah, maybe you need to do a little bit of effort on your end, a little extra, maybe do a little stalkerisms or something, try to find him, and once he sees that, he'll be like, all right, finally, she's chasing me a little bit, because I feel like this guy chased you for a minute. He might deserve
Dang.
that, girl, and you're
Sure.
thinking about him, so what's up?
She just picked me to pieces.
I will call you out, girl.
This is why Golly's gonna be a regular guest to put me in my place to help me see things that I can't see because I be oblivious. I be oblivious.
Yup. You might just have to show up at the same coffee shop or something. Where does he hang out? Come on. What were things that he liked? You can figure it
I
out,
know,
girl. The
I
OC is a
know.
small world when it comes down to it, okay?
Or maybe I'll tweet. I'll be like, B, if you're reading this, call me.
Oh my gosh,
Call me.
misconnections.
All right. Oh, Lord.
Put out a Craigslist ad, you know.
That made me sad.
Put some posters around town with a cute little puppy dog face of you, like, oh, if you know where he is.
Yeah.
With the little pull tabs that come off.
Seriously.
That's not weird. I'm sure you won't get any weird phone calls or anything for that. Try it out.
This episode is dropping on June 3rd, and I do want to say I have a show this Friday, June 7th, at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room, 10 p.m. Please come.
Yes.
I'll plug it again later. I also have quote of the week. Shout out to Jamie. She says, as long as she's left on red, she's in another man's bed.
Oh.
Bruh.
She's a poet.
All right. Let's see here. I wanted to go. What's next? Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. And then I told everybody that. So this today's official actual date is May 22nd, and so this past weekend, me and two of my coworkers got really intoxicated, and I posted a picture of. It was like one of them was in the tub, and you could see her leg, and then Jamie was like in her thong, and then like had her butt out, and then of course I was the one taking the picture. So everyone was like, "Oh, are you into women?" Like, "Oh, like was that like a was it it's not a lesbian because I'm not a lesbian, but like a
You
bisexual
mean
threesome?"
guys don't do that when they're hanging out with each other drunk? I'm
Right?
All the
confused
time.
because I thought that's what you
Abel.
do.
He's like, bend over there. It's
I
a,
know.
It's a good
what's
angle.
up?
It's a good angle, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, did you guys get down on each other? Like, I want to know everything." Like, so yeah, like, we'll just like, what'd you just lick a nipple or something? Like, what'd you do? Tell me what you did. Tell me everything. Or were these just thirst traps? And I'm like, you know what? I'll answer it on my podcast. So you're gonna have to listen to the whole. And then it's gonna be funny because once I get into followers and listeners, it'll be like, oh, if you want the answer to the lesbian question, it's gonna be minute 15. Yeah. So the answer is I'm not bisexual. So it's boring. They were just thirst traps.
Oh,
Yeah.
just make
I
sure
mean,
to get that
okay,
good arch
I will
shot.
say, and I hate that my family could eventually listen to this. I may or may not have licked a titty before, but I mean, it's just like that doesn't mean I'm bi. It just means I can appreciate a woman and be like, hey, okay, there
The
you go.
motorboat is good for everybody, I think.
Right? I mean,
It's a good way to stay warm. If
yeah.
it's chilly, warm up
Like,
your
I
nose.
definitely am not getting motorboated anytime soon. Little A-cups. We'll leave that for Golly. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'd love to be motorboated one time. So that's the answer. Sorry, this guy's like, oh man, you're just hyping this up. This guy's literally like, hey, it's this Monday. You're gonna record the thing today. I feel like I need to make a video and like tag him in it and tell everybody that. I just want to let everybody know that we just said the answer about the sexual things that happened this past weekend. So it's recorded.
It's juicy.
You'll get it in 2 weeks. Bye. Okay, I'll save that and post it later. Okay, so they can be sad and cry and wonder, why isn't she just going to tell us now?
You're just going to kill all his fantasies that he had going on in his head.
Yeah. Poor guy. And I think he thought like, I do a lot of slutty jokes as a comedian. I mean, they're easy and they're factual. But like, just because a girl goes up and I have the right to be with who I want to be with. That doesn't mean anybody gets a shot. And this is the same thing. I want to make this very clear too. Like men, just remember too. Just because a girl sleeps with you once, it doesn't mean she's gonna sleep with you again. I feel like I dated this guy, and he's like, I hooked up with him a little fast. Like it's yeah, it happened. It is what it is. But I felt like then I hung out with him again, and I was like, nah, like I don't want to. Like it's. No.
You don't get a all admission wristband.
Right? This ain't a season pass, my dude. This ain't it, right?
Consider you hit the lottery, but you don't get a wristband.
Right.
It's gonna let you ride all the rides for free for the rest of the time. No.
She said you don't get a wristband. That's genius. Boom.
They're like, I got in. Look, I have the stamp still on my hand. No, baby, you lost that stamp. No.
It's just too faded. I'm like,
no.
Please go back and get another ticket, boo. All right. And what else? Yeah, another thing is I do want to say, as my little advice, because I got some cool feedback from the first episode. A guy was like, I like it because it's actually going to help dudes because they get kind of to see, like how, I mean, I'm not a normal woman per se. I definitely am kind of non-traditional. But is it non-traditional? It's non-traditional, right? Is that proper English?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
cool.
sure.
All right.
It checks out.
Okay. But because there was this event that I wanted to go to, and I really wanted to invite this dude, but he didn't hit me up, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit him up because I remember I did hit him up like the day before, and I asked him a question. He might have been at work or something, but it was like a really short answer, and I'm just like, oh, is he trying to like fall back? Because if you're trying to fall back, my fallback game is strong, and if you want to fall back, you can fall back. But if you don't like reciprocate, like I'm gonna fall back. And then finally he texts and just like, oh, how are you doing? And I'm just like, I said it. I was like, I just want to let you know that I had this thing I wanted to invite you to, but because you've been so shy, motherfucker, that I didn't hit you up. So make sure that you like give a girl a little bit of attention. You can't just be leaving her just wondering and stuff. So yeah. So now let's get. I want to get a little bit more into Golly's life because we gonna gossip a
Hi.
little bit. I love Golly stories. Like especially you can just tell already by just some of the things that she said. Like the way she talks about things just kills me. Um, Tell me, can you tell me one of your like worst dating stories?
Oh, well, yeah, I actually shared a lot of them with you because literally I would sound off of you all the time about all my dates that I used to go to back in the OK Cupid days,
Oh my God. You know, I was never
before
on
the
that.
Tinder, the Plenty of Fish days. But yeah, I mean, I have so many, but I feel like, dang. Oh, remember the douche one?
Which one?
The man douche. Do you remember that one where the enema?
No. You see, okay, no, no.
Oh
Of course, I
my
remember the
gosh.
enema, but I don't remember what the.
Girl, okay, so this was the guy that I went out on a date with, and I thought he was cool, and everything was going well, and I finally get over to his house, and I'm kind of like looking around in his bathroom, and it's kind of weird because he's not really putting too many moves on me, but I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what a gentleman! Like, yes, I finally found somebody who's not trying to stick a finger somewhere in the very first 5 minutes of hanging out with me, like just somebody who's like legit chill, cool,
Like a
and
sex offender.
I'm like, you know what? This is awesome. I go to his house. His house is super clean. Like everything has a place. I'm like, wow, like he has his stuff together. And I'm just like looking through the bathroom, trying to figure out what is soap and what isn't soap because apparently this guy just had a lot of different, toiletries around. And as I'm looking around, I stumbled upon like tons of enemas inside of his bathroom. And I was thinking to myself, like, that's really weird. Like, what is up with this? So I took a snapshot of it and I actually sent it to my roommate Jose, who is a gay man, and I sent him a snapshot and I said, what do you think this is about? And he said, oh girl, he is gay. He's like, you know what enemas are? And I said, what? He's like, enemas are literally our ass douches. Like we use those to clean our ass out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like sitting there like, what? Like, he's like, well, is he like a major athlete? Like, like what? That's the only reason why. I go, no, he's kind of, kind of
Well,
nerdy.
but
Not,
it could be bisexual.
girl, all I know is that if you got an enema, I ain't talking to you enema, okay? Because that was my time. And then I think a lot of it was sealed when,
So what happened though? Like, did you like go out into the room?
as soon as I found out that he had those, I just couldn't get it out of my head that everything started making sense. He was very clean, very tidy. Had a way too
Straight
many
guys can't be clean and tight.
way too many toiletries. And I started looking at his bathroom and I thought, wow, it looks just like my roommate's bathroom. And everything just started clicking together. He would never touch up on me, anything like that. It was very like kind of just wanted to mostly hang out. And then I thought it was really weird too. He wanted to
But
show me.
he took you on a date though?
He took me on a bunch of dates, and he actually like wanted to show me to his family really quickly.
He wanted you to be his bride.
So I think I was his beard.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to show his family that, oh my gosh, look, I found a girl and I'm dating her.
Did he have money?
He was like a techie kind of guy. I'm pretty sure he had a nice place and he had nice things. I mean, he had a nice car, so he wasn't, little, person that was over here scrounging or anything. So I think, and then I found out he had like military family background and stuff like that. And then his brother was like the big like head of the family who like, was,
That's interesting.
It was just really weird. And so after that, everything kind of just made sense. And then one of my girlfriends sees him downtown and she goes, hey girl, I saw that guy you were dating for a while. And I said, really? Where at? And she goes, at the flower market. He had a basket of flowers. And I go, oh my gosh, that sealed it.
We need to find out if he's married now to a woman who, because I was at a mic the other day.
He got a beard. I don't know.
Yeah, this woman, her whole set was about how she was married and now she's an empty nester and she's divorced and now her husband's gay.
Oh.
And that was her whole thing. Because I always wondered, because there are those couples where you're like, you have to know your husband's gay. Like, there's no way you don't know he's gay. And I feel like there are some women who just aren't very sexual, or to them, marriage is more important than a real connection. It's like, oh,
like it's a partnership.
yeah, he's established. We're gonna get married, and then he can, he can come inside me, and we can have kids, and this will be great. And it doesn't have to be anything, but it's exactly what I what I think I want. It's what I think the world wants for me. Now I have this man and my kids, and then we'll do it. And then, but which is really sad though, is because like,
Well, I actually have a
yeah.
real situation that I know about is my boss is he was married forever, has like three like full grown sons, and he just one day told his wife that like he wanted to be his true self, and she said, "Honey, I've known this whole entire time, like who were you kidding? Like I've
Oh.
known." And he said, "Why didn't you say anything?" And she said, "You know why? You're such an amazing father. You've taken care of the family. You've done everything, that was necessary to be part of this family. And, I've always known it hasn't been anything that I didn't know." And she actually took it very well. And he told me that, he's like new on the market. And so it's kind of funny just trying to see him like, go out there in the dating world after he was married for so long and like, be with men. And I guess his son saw him out one day on a date with a man, and they like freaked out because they're not used to seeing their dad like that.
No.
So yeah, I mean, it really happens. It's legit. There's a lot of people that hide behind all that facade and just to kind of, appease to their family and stuff like that. So I totally believe that. I mean, a lot of times, even in dating world nowadays, like you even got to ask too, like, have you been with a man? Are you interested in men? Because you never know. A lot of people don't really talk about it,
Yeah, I realized I really, really, really liked a guy because I also have a joke about this, about how I don't want to date a bisexual, but not because I don't like bisexuals, but because it's too much competition. No, but really, I don't want to date him because I just don't want to know that you're physically attracted to men. I don't. It's just not my thing. Like I think there's I think I'm pretty much an alpha female, like, but which is weird because I was just talking to one of my team members, one of the guys on my squad, and he said that he was like, "There's even in a relationship, there's a masculine and a feminine. Like even if it's two guys, that's why there's this top and the bottom. The butch and the lipstick. And so in our case, I was like, wow, which is interesting because with him, he said that because with his job, he is kind of like a little bit more like low energy. It's a lot of it's on a computer. Although he is a creative type, but it's not very like outgoing. He wants a girl to be more like, okay, now follow me, let's do this. And I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, so I am kind of the masculine and he would be more of the feminine, but I'm thoroughly convinced that I want an alpha, which is interesting because I'm thinking like maybe that's why I'm going to be single forever. I'm an alpha I'm a masculine looking for a masculine. Although I have a bit about that where I talk about like how I think all straight men are a little gay. And most straight men laugh at that because they're like, yeah, because I've had boyfriends say that they like that I'm kind of masculine, or I've got that male energy. So I don't know. I don't know. Like that's why we have this podcast because I want to figure it out. Like maybe I'm gonna be alone because I just am too masculine and I want. Yeah, you can't have two tops, right?
No, that's
Yeah.
Maybe you need to date an alpha gay dude.
There you go.
That's the solution right there.
No, she won't like the competition part.
Yeah. Oh, and that's how I knew I really liked the guy because he told me, he said he's not bisexual, but he did let a guy suck his dick, and yeah, he was like,
That's still
okay.
gay.
He said that he was really drunk and then he let it happen, but then when I guess he wanted to just let him do it again.
Oh.
And I mean,
He's like, a mouth is a mouth. What does it matter?
hey, if I was drunk and a girl went down on me and it like felt really good, I'd probably be like, can you do that when I'm sober one time? Just so I could be like, make sure. Okay.
You don't admit to it though. Would you be like, he held me down and took my dick and put it in his mouth? That would be the
yes.
story.
Well, the point is, I honestly, after he told me that, I still liked him. He's the one who didn't want to date me. Yeah. That's how that actually went. Well,
It's because you felt the competition.
Well, and no,
You're like, damn, he found a man that would suck his dick. Dang.
What if you're going down on him and he's like, oh yeah, Billy? And you're like, what?
yeah, well,
Then how would you feel?
you know what? That's actually interesting. I never thought about that because him and I never got physical. it was a timing thing. He liked me, and we did kiss. There was a lot of chemistry there. That was juicy. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Maybe you wanted to prove that you were better than the
Maybe.
man.
I don't know.
Because that was the alpha you coming out. You were like, hold up. I need to, if you like that, I need to give you a whirl and show you what it is because I'm about to show you what it's really about.
Sure.
The alpha came out.
Okay. I found something out about myself on this episode, and that makes me really happy.
There
Okay.
you go.
That was another one of my questions. Okay, so now with all of these closet gay men, with all like, you know, and you're not in the industry, and there's the industry men, and these people like what, and now you're in a relationship, so you can pick whatever question you want to answer. Because basically, I'm trying to say like leading up until your relationship. Is it as bad as everybody? I know your answer, but for the viewers, is it as bad as everybody says dating in LA?
Oh man, yeah. It's crazy. I mean, what's weird is that, you know, my boyfriend was born and raised out here. And he's from like East Los Angeles. Like, I don't even know where anything is over there. Like, I don't think I've ever even gone over there for anything, you know? And I'm like, this is where the men were hiding, like deep in Los Angeles, because I feel like a lot of the guys that I did meet,
But he's not an industry person.
He's not an industry person. No, he's kind of like hippie, you know, kind of likes to do his own thing or whatever, which is kind of hard for me because, you know, I'm like very professional and, you know, I like to have things in certain order and he's just more chillaxed and relaxed. But man, I will tell you, I was single for a long ass time. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was to the point where it was just laughable how dating is out here. It's like, sometimes you would see somebody who just like first came to LA and you're like, oh my gosh, you haven't been tainted yet. Like, oh, yay. And then you see them literally like 6 months later after living in LA, being exposed to the dating world. And you see that inner douche come out in them. You see like how much cockier they are and things like that. And I feel like dating in LA does that to people. You know, like people forget to say thank you for, you know, dinner or things like that. They just come to like expect certain things and, you know, and then these guys get used to people who act a certain way and then they're going to automatically assume you're going to be that way. So it definitely puts a hard shell on you. Like I had guys full on tell me that they thought I treated them like a dude a lot of the times. Like, you know, I wouldn't call because I thought that's how it was supposed to be. You know, like I wouldn't, you know, I would hit people up straight up booty call style. Like, what's up? You know, like, you know, and they're like, whoa, that's like something like a dude would normally do, you know, but for out here, I feel like, especially just the access we have nowadays with dating apps and things like that, it's like, you literally can just scroll down and be like, okay, that looks like it'll be delicious for dinner. Oh, I'll take a Kevin tonight. I'll take a this tonight. You know, you can just go through and pick whatever you want and you have it right there and it's instantaneous. You know, that's the kind of world we're living in right now.
Looks like some delicious dessert.
I'll take that sausage.
And if it is not clear, I am the quintessential girl, or was, especially throughout my 20s, to avoid. I am that person who moved here from another state that, you know, gives LA that bad reputation, didn't know what I wanted so many different things, and I would date a guy and then I'd be like, oh, but I'm not ready, because, you know, the guy would probably just be normal and I'd be just drifty. So it's interesting because like I already know I was a terror. I still kind of am a terror, but I'm definitely looking. My poor little guy I dated in December probably was like, oh, I hate her. I told one lie. I didn't cheat or anything. I told one lie. Get over yourself, bro. One lie. Oh, I may be able to trust you. Like, get over yourself. But I'm glad he did it. Well, you know, it could have, like I said, because I feel like he didn't like it that I wore makeup. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Bye.
Oh, no.
Bye. Bye. You said all this makeup, motherfucker. It's thick. It's thick right now. It's thick like your dick was.
Flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, it was really that. I was.
I would take my makeup off for that. Girl.
Yeah, there was something keeping me there for the 2 months I was there for. Let me just tell you. Okay. So, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And so how are things going with your boo now?
You know, I think I'm still, you know, I'm dealing with the same thing you're talking about, you know, being an alpha female, you know, he tells me all the time, you're not at work right now. Quit trying to be a manager. Quit trying to do this. Quit
Yeah,
trying to
why
do
don't you
that.
tell everybody what you do for a living?
Well, I'm an apartment manager. I'm a landlord, as people like to call it. So
But
yeah.
she's like a big dog. Like you don't get higher up in her
I
company.
mean, I'm just so used to being organized, and I'm a boss bitch, so I'm proud of that. I work hard, and I have I'm organized. I have an amazing credit score, things like that. And I feel like sometimes I am trying to pass along to him a little bit more of structure, because like I said, he's more kind of hippie, laid back, doesn't give a care about certain things. And for me, I love parts of that because he's been helping to mellow me out and not make me so stressed out about everything. But at the same time, I don't know if it's like a jealousy that he is so laid back and is so relaxed about certain things, because it will get on my nerves. It'll annoy me, like, come on, like, we're adults, we have to do adult things. And did you pay that ticket that you had on your car like a couple weeks ago? Like, and I think that does get a little bit tiring, like trying to be
No,
the.
that's not cute.
I
That part's not
know.
cute.
I just don't want
I
him to
didn't.
have to pay triple on the dang
Yeah,
thing,
I didn't even know that. There is a difference between like a dude who works at a State Farm office who knows you probably, just he could potentially work at a better insurance office or start his own. Like, why don't you want to start your own State Farm office or something like that? Just to use that as an example, versus someone who's just like, hey, I ain't gonna pay this ticket. Like that's a different like kind of a beast.
It's like I don't understand that, because I am so organized, and I'm always like into making sure everything, like when we travel, oh girl, if it was up to him to like handle any traveling things, like we would probably still be like lost somewhere in China or something. Like,
Oh
I'm
no.
the one who holds the passports. I'm the one that holds the tickets, that makes sure everything's organized. And part of that I'm proud of. Like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm a leader in some sense, but at the same time, it's kind of almost like I'm helping to take care of somebody too at the same time. And sometimes it does get a little exhausting. Like, I do want to have that partner, that other person who's going to help me out too, or that if I know, oh dang, I forgot this, that he remembered it, as opposed to like I have to know to remember all this stuff because I can't rely on him to remember it. So I think that's one little thing between us that definitely riles us up a lot.
Has it gotten better
I mean,
or
he just
worse?
brought it up recently that I am always like trying to, manage everything. And it's like, I just wish he could see that it's like me trying to manage it because I'm looking for a better outcome for us, and I'm trying to look to the future. Because, when you're with somebody for like a year and a half, it isn't anymore like, oh, hey, he's cute and he's fun and we're having a good time.
Yeah,
It's
it's like,
more
where's my
like,
engagement ring at, bro?
not yet, but it's more like, hey, like what?
A year and a half. I'm like, I'm shopping already. I'm like,
Shoot,
you
I
ain't
ain't getting
getting.
any younger, girl.
Yeah, you ain't getting any more of my
These
time.
eggs are shriveling up.
Just want to let you know.
But yeah, it's more like I'm just trying to,
Are you gonna?
figure out if he's good for the future. So it's like I in a way though, I can see where he's coming from. Like, I'm trying to mold him a little bit just to see if it can work out. And I think that's normal, right? Like, don't you want to see that you can
You're
rely on
supposed to
somebody?
make your partner
Yeah.
better. Like that's what I think. One of the things I loved about my ex and my ex is that like they push me fitness wise. Like I like that. Like say get off your lazy ass and go to the gym. Like eat better. Like I love it. If your partner is not making you better in one aspect or the other. Like I think that's not great.
Yeah, he did get me into working out, and he like, he tells me about like, certain health kicks and things like that, which I'm very grateful for. He teaches me, you would love it because he teaches me all about all the crystals and the stones, and like, it's a full moon tonight. Let's go and put all of our crystals out, so they can gain energy again and things like that. And
See, that's weird.
I like that. I
No.
like that about him, but then also like I'm also on the other end, like, for reals, we're gonna go put a bunch of stones outside. Like, all right, let's do it. But
Well, no, I don't think it's weird that he does that because obviously.
hello, you love it.
But no, I think it's weird that he is. But usually people who are into that scene too, or they're doing it to better themselves. Like this is gonna make me feel
Yeah, like
better.
manifestation,
Yeah, so,
like
like-
looking forward to certain goals and things like that. So I do feel like he does that a lot. He's into numbers, like, oh, I seen this many numbers today and this meant that. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And so I do like how he has that hunger for those certain little drives, like, I'm gonna do this. And he's a hustler. I mean, he works. He's not like lazy or anything like that. Or,
Yeah.
he gets stuff done. I mean, he puts in work. It's just one of those things where it's kind of like, I feel like I usually will intimidate a lot of guys I date too, just because of my career. And he's not intimidated by me, but I think he's intimidated by like my bossiness, and it's a fine line from, being bossy to like being helpful. So I'm trying to work that out. But that's a major thing, is trying to get that leveled out in our relationship, because sometimes I just feel like, yeah, I am, being a little bossy, but at the same time, it's for the better.
And what about physically?
Physically, we're great. I mean, attraction was right there. I mean, girl, I met him at a Halloween backyard East Los Angeles party, and he was dressed like a firefighter. So immediately I beeline straight over and was like, hi. Like, I think that was one of the first times like I actually went up to a man and approached him first. And he even thought like it was a setup. Like, he literally told me like, damn, I feel like somebody's setting me up. Like, where'd you come from? Like, who brought you over here? So he was like shocked by that. And for me, I was just like, ooh, I just beeline straight over to the firefighter. I'm like, okay, cool. So attraction wise, everything's good there.
Were you kind of hoping he was a real firefighter?
He was in the past. That's why his outfit looked very original. He was like a wildlands firefighter.
Really?
So I was like, yeah. So he went to school for that for a while. And
What? Okay.
yeah. So I was like, okay, feeding the fantasy right here. So I mean, that works out. We don't have any problem in that department. It's just more just kind of putting our two very different personalities together, and evening each other out, because it's kind of, you got the free spirit over here with the I like everything to make sense, and have a certain setup and so forth.
Huh. Okay. Cool. I like that. And so, all right. So you're just still figuring it out, basically, because like I don't feel like, I feel that you aren't going to give up on him, which is great. Because I haven't talked to Golly in not like on a personal level in a while. So
yeah, you're way down in the OC, girl, which in LA time, that's like 3 days away.
Well, what did we do that time that Matt came and we were like in West Hollywood? That when you came to the show?
Oh
You
yeah,
came to see me
I
at
came
Comedy
to see
Store.
you, at the
And then the
Comedy
time
Store.
before that, you came to see me in the OC.
Yep.
Yeah, but
And you taught me how to play some poker.
Yes.
She's trying to get a new gambling partner. I know that's what it is.
Yeah, we used to go play all the time. Like, not all the time, but like we would go. It was a lot of fun. I loved doing that. Yeah, I would take her to the casinos and
Wake up all those old men at the poker tables.
Yeah, this is so fun. That's right, but dang, that is because we didn't really get to talk that much because he was there.
Yeah, so we didn't do a lot of girl gossip,
Right. And so this is so juicy because like I have no idea, because I remember you guys had a little. I was worried because on Instagram you guys split for a little bit.
Yeah, we did have a little breakup there, and so yeah, it was like kind of like one of those things. It was, everybody was kind of shocked about it, and it was one of those things where I reacted a little bit crazily. My inner Latina came out, so it was like I acted before I had all of the evidence, which is weird because I'm really into forensic files, and usually I want all that evidence and everything before. But it's just one thing, that spurred everything, and that's when I realized that you gotta watch out, that when that inner Latina comes out, man. Ooh, no.
No, I feel you.
I know what all those memes are talking about now.
Yeah, I'll cut a guy off too real quick, like if I feel that so that is not a problem. Like I don't that's what this is all about, being who you are, being your authentic self. And it's okay because look, you guys are still together, so even though you did what you did,
it was one of those things where I've learned like that you actually have to talk things out and not just respond off of little things that can set you off. It's like, it's been definitely a learning experience, because after dating out here and stuff, like if something didn't taste right in my mouth, I would spit it out right away. Like I wouldn't even take the time. I would always have the mantra of, there's so many fish in the sea. Why am I going to waste my time over here? And if any little thing stood out to me about somebody, I wouldn't even take the time to work on it or anything. I'd just basically just be like, next, so this is the first time I'm actually like, okay, let's talk about our feelings. Like why did this happen? Okay, what were your thoughts? And that, I think, is me turning into an adult, and I'm in my late 30s now, so.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Would you I don't know if you have or haven't, would you because you want children, right?
Yeah, I think about it and then I wake up in the morning and I hear the baby downstairs in my apartment screaming its head off and I think, "Oh no, 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 no." So, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm a aunt to 9 nieces and nephews,
Mhm.
so it's, when you get them all together, you're kind of like, "All right," but you can give them back. But an actual baby, it's like I did, not have a baby young because I knew how much was involved with it.
Mhm.
And now the older I'm getting, I'm kind of like, I've gotten so adjusted to this life of being me.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's even harder to, be unselfish and give up part of my life to like,
Mhm.
do I really want to not be able to travel all the time and do all the things I do right now because a baby's going to take that from you. So
Mhm.
it is weirder. Once you get to your later 30s, you really start thinking about like, all right, now's crunch time. Do I really want this or do I
Mhm.
not, So right now at this point, it's like,
What about freezing your eggs or adopting?
hey, I was thinking about that, but that shit costs money, girl. Oh my gosh, it's expensive. I'm like, go on another trip or freeze these eggs. I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Are you single, Paul?
Yeah, right
Okay.
now, yeah.
Okay. So no kids.
Well, we adopted my nephew, so I have my brother's kid, who's
awesome.
1 year old now.
We?
I mean, my family. So
Oh.
I help out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you're single. Who's we?
Yeah, right.
Okay, we read
No.
between the
imaginary
lines.
friend.
Okay.
I bring him to the park and I play the single dad game. I'm like, yeah, it's so
Aw.
hard. It's so hard.
So hard.
So
So
hard.
help me. Help me.
Exactly.
And one more thing, just in case I don't know how clear they're gonna be able to see you, but I want to talk about the bling on your teeth. Can you
Oh.
tell them what that is?
So I got these little Swarovski crystals on my teeth, and they're
Can you
called
see that?
tooth candy.
Oh, I can't. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, basically, I'm like, I have an inner hood rat in me too. So
Oh, for
I
sure.
couldn't,
For sure.
I couldn't get like a full grill. So I was like, what can I do to where I don't look too scantless, So then I put like one rhinestone and then that wasn't enough. So then I put another rhinestone. So now I have 4 rhinestones and, they just give a little hee hee when I smile every now and then, catch the shimmer, So it's like you can see like a little bit of my inner hood, but yet it's like professional enough for, my boss to not get pissed off that I have some jewels on my teeth.
Yeah, I would actually drop some bread on like a grill because I'm from
Girl.
San Antonio. We're like the dirty South. Like, well, we're not Third Coast because that's like
We could get you a jewel
H-Town.
that's like barbecue or something like really cool like that.
Well, no, I want like a legit like grill, but like like the rappers get from the bottom.
Oh,
But
Paul Wall up in this.
yeah, exactly. Oh, what you know
Paul
about Paul Wall?
Wall. That's how you know you're from Texas. Okay, girl.
Chameleonaire and all that. Well, wouldn't that be so cute if I had my little girl while I was like doing my set on stage? I'd be like, what up? Especially if I was like on the road, and I go to Texas. I got my little girl on for you guys. What up, San Antonio? I'd be like, yeah, she didn't change. But I don't have money right now for that. I'm like, it's kind of like you and your eggs. I ain't got money for a girl. Sorry, it ain't happening.
Do it, girl. You can get like you can get a disco ball put on. You can do it all up, and still keep it girly.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna wrap things up here. Let me just check my little list to make sure I hit on everything that I wanted to. And yeah, I think that went great. See how fast it goes. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Good. You're gonna have to come back. I want you to be one of my regular guests, especially as like the topics get more.
Thanks, boo. I will be
Yeah,
back.
please do. Let me just review here one last little bit. Okay. My missed connection. I'm so glad I did that because like if he sees it and he actually like hits me
Hey,
up,
B, if you're out there.
like, and oh my God, that was like actually my favorite part when you guys just went like, oh girl, you blind. Both of you guys are like, you
That's how
blind.
B, if you're in Irvine right now, hit her up.
I know. I'll be in Orange County on Friday, boo.
It sounds like the Love Jam connection. Like, this is going out to B. From your girl. Who you follow to the OC. Don't play. We know you still looking for her.
Bro, seriously. I'm gonna put that in the bio. I'll be like, did she have a foursome? Or no, threesome. It was threesome. Did she have a threesome? And we'll be back.
B.
We'll be come back. B. Yeah. Give me a baby, B. I'm just kidding. No. I have a crush on a writer right now. That's my flame of the week. And then I also like. There's some young guy who likes to hang out with me, but like he's young. He ain't talking about that. He ain't trying to wife this. He ain't trying to wife this old girl. He's too
Cougar it
young.
up, girl. Cougar it up.
I know. So that's my two main ones right now.
Youngsters got energy.
The other one's just. I think he might be a little too feminine for me. He roommated me. Oh, I need to talk about that really, really fast. We got like 2 minutes, but before we get off the air here, this dude like he has a room that's gonna be up for rent soon, and I was like, yeah, I was like kind of talking about, oh, I was like, you should raise the rent. This is such a beautiful apartment, like blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, we can get you to sign some papers. I was like, ew. I was like, I don't want to know the dude that I'm like low key trying to sleep with wants me to be his housemate, bro. Like, don't roommate me. I was like, you just killed it.
That's a certain zone then, huh? Kind of friend zone, roommate zone. But then again, if you think about it, it's just easy access.
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was.
You just go across the living room. It's gonna save you on gas. You're gonna save a lot of money if you think about it. Then you're rooming up. That's right there. That's savings. Come on, girl.
I bought B. You sold B. You sold that. Nope.
Then it gets awkward.
When you find the skid marked underwear on the ground in the bathroom.
When you find the enema.
Oh snap! Yep.
No.
You find out all their secrets.
I'm gonna try to trap my writer because so far he's the one that I like. I like the pace that he's going at, and he's got a cool vibe. He's like kind of sneaky and just he ain't trying too hard, but he's also like sexy.
He ain't too
He's
thirsty.
sexy. I mean, it's gonna be B or the writer. What up? Or a new. I'm not on any dating apps right now, so it's just who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Or nobody. Next episode, I'm probably gonna be like, they're all gone.
She wants
Gone.
to organically.
B didn't come
meet
back.
now.
The writer's gone. Everyone's gone. Just me and Golly. Hey, maybe Golly will be back next week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for tuning in to The Healthy Gossip. Follow us, follow Comedy Pop-Up, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here, Golly.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Bye.